right, we are live. First episode, explicitly explained with
Grassroot.
Grassroot. There's a new name.
Grassroot.
All right, we're coming at you live. Well, kind of live. It's pre-recorded, but we'll
It's
drop
okay.
it.
We're
We'll
gonna
drop.
get there.
We'll drop it in live time. Um, all right. We got a few stories to talk about today. Uh, we're gonna talk about Terrence Howard, and the Diddy comment he made. We're gonna talk about the China tariffs. We're
Yep.
gonna talk about Elon
Yep.
leaving or may not be leaving, according to other minds. Yeah, and everything in between. Um, we'll start it off with Terrence.
Freaky Terrence.
Freaky Terrence. I gotta say, him coming up to a podcast and saying that Diddy tried to do. I mean, I would never. I don't know. I wouldn't admit that in open. I just feel like that's like.
Yeah, that a grown man wanna clap your cheek.
Yeah, like I just find that a little demasculating. I don't know. I don't know.
But
I
in
wouldn't. I
reality,
wouldn't. I wouldn't have given up my man card, but I also wouldn't talk about it openly.
but it makes you wonder though, like with all the stuff going on with Diddy, right? It'll make you wonder. He's a celebrity. Terrence is a celebrity. Why would you come to the light saying that this man wanted to clap your cheeks and put some baby oil on your body? All this freaky shit. It's
Oh man, and the baby oils. I gotta say, the baby oil allegation. That was one of the funniest things I've ever heard. The amount of baby oil that he had apparently was in bulk. It was bulk style from Costco, apparently.
he was the plug, man. He was the plug. They called him what? Brother Love.
That's
He
wild.
fucking
For the
is.
viewers that don't know, Terrence Howard went on a podcast yesterday and he made the claim that Diddy on multiple occasions tried to come on to him sexually. Um, and he made some claims about his man card and how the man card in Hollywood is up for grabs. I guess the
So basically, whoever
male.
is down to bust some back, if you're down to get your back bust, you're giving up your man card.
Right.
So you can't act like you some high profile
The
celebrity and you getting your back bust in. That ain't right. That ain't right.
the contention that that's up for. I mean, I don't want to be famous. I don't
I
want to
don't
be
know.
famous. If that's what's on the table, I don't want to be famous.
You touch me, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. We just gonna have to.
You wouldn't hear about that. You would have get snuffed in. I mean, look, I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. You grew up in the South. I'm sure we can relate. You look at someone for too long, and it's a problem.
Yep. The fuck you looking at me for?
Yeah, you look. The eyes wander a little too long, and they're like, "Hey, this guy wants problems."
Exactly.
So let alone come on a man. How does that even? How do you even initiate contact?
Money. I think it's money. Some people yearn for money, and you got people that do stuff on the down low, right? So if I can give you some change, if I can give you, a little bit of nothing for your manhood, and you willing to take that, I can do it to the next person. I can do it to the next. And eventually you're gonna run into a real man that's gonna say, "Oh no, this shit don't fly." You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm talking
I'm
about?
surprised it hasn't happened already. I mean,
Cause most people can be bought. Most people feel like, hey, if I got $1 million, but you got 10, you trying to give me 10 for 10, 15 minutes, or for my backside. Most of the men are giving up their backside because they want that fame, they want that money. Feel what I'm saying?
do you think that's the selling your soul part of?
No, you're not selling your soul. You're selling your ass. They
Well, I mean,
selling
yeah, I mean,
ass.
you don't. Well, like Turnhouse, he made the comment that these guys like Justin Bieber, Orlando Brown, that you can physically see their deterioration from giving up their man card. Like you can physically see these men have been violated.
Yeah, Cause they catch them
Some
young.
men hide in wells, some men don't.
They catch them young, but I'm almost. I'm not gonna. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put anything on people's names, but I bet you if we got in the streets, if you got 50% of men in your neighborhood, your community that's undercover, shit, it's gonna be 60 to 75% in Hollywood. It's gonna be undercover because they being bought with a little bit more money, with houses, cars. You know what I'm saying? Them undercovers getting flown out. They getting their back busted and their cheeks clapped.
I just find it so hypocritical that a rapper goes on a song and says, this tough guy. You get the tough guy act, but then you go in the studio and start blowing some dude. It's like you, you you're preaching something that you're not. How can you be a gangster and then go suck a dick? How can you say I strap nines, but then I put on a strap on, and then like, wait, what? Like,
with
I don't get that.
If they undercover in the streets, like I say, it's more of them in the industry that's gonna be undercover. It's like shit, man, I can't explain. I'm a man, bro. But at the end of the day, I feel like for those that choose that lifestyle, maybe they want to be ahead. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Shit, somebody busting their cheeks up.
Yeah.
Shit.
They just named I don't know if you've been following the Diddy case, but they just named Beyonce, Jay-Z, no, Beyonce, LeBron James, and a Spanish lady singer,
I thought it was
Gloria Estefan. They named all three of them in that one of the victims of the sexual allegations saw these people there. They saw LeBron James. They saw LeBron James. They saw Beyonce, and they saw the Gloria Estefan.
Just the guy, right? They said that he was drugged, but he kind of woke up and some or whatever, and I thought he said he saw Jay-Z too, right? With that, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. With all this shit that's going on with Diddy, I don't think all of it is true. I think there's somebody that's, you know what I'm saying, at a high power trying to take Diddy down. You feel what I'm saying? Now don't get me wrong. Do Diddy look gay to me? Yeah. Do Diddy look like he go both ways? Yeah. Diddy look like he clap cheeks. It is what it is. That's what he like. You know what I'm saying? But I think some of these stories they just don't make sense.
Do you think the new video that Kanye released, the new interview, he was wearing the full body KKK outfit.
Uh-huh.
He mentioned something about Diddy. He said that he doesn't believe anything that they got against Diddy. Do you think he knows something that the public don't know?
Well, Diddy was, I think Ciroc or something. So you know how it is when you come for another power, they come up with bullshit or whatever. I think with that, I think
Kanye's a very controversial dude already, right? Is he doing this for clicks? Supporting Diddy? Is he going against the grapevine because that's his MO? He's wearing the swastika, he's wearing the KKK outfits, he's doing all this to go because they say that they told him that you can't, and he's got this personality of, all right, I can't do it, all right, I'm gonna do everything you said that I can't do.
Hold on.
So you think
right quick, but with Diddy, some of the stuff I think with Diddy is true. Hell, you got him on videotape chasing his woman, so off top, we know he beat women. You see what I'm saying? Regardless of the fact, I say probably 50-50 might be true and the other 50 might be false. Feel what I'm saying?
Like what 50 of it you think might be false?
If he done rape somebody, he didn't rape all those people that supposedly done been raped. He done probably did some shit that he ain't had no business doing. I bet he done did a lot of that because of the power he have. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, I think they're all guilty. I think Diddy, if anything, just was one of the few ones that got caught.
No, he guilty, but I'm just saying when so many other stories comes up and it just don't make sense. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm sure he guilty than a motherfucker. But
of everything?
No.
Or just
about 50%
about 50%?
But yeah, some of the rape, some of the sex trafficking, some of this, some of that. You feel what I'm saying? But just like the man that say, well, I was in there and I saw Jay-Z, Beyonce, LeBron, and the other. Like, okay, so you mean to tell me you was high, but then you came down, you saw these people, and you didn't do nothing? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this shit don't make sense to me.
Some of it, I know that some of it does come from someone trying to make a quick buck. People are gonna come up and play the Me Too movement and try to, hop on the fabricate something to get paid. Some of them might be true. Some of them might be shams. So as far as what to believe with Diddy, it's hard. It's hard because people like Terrence Howard would come on a pod. I respect Terrence Howard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think he's a reasonable man. For a reasonable person to say, X and X about this guy and this guy, and then that guy he's talking about is in jail right now for these very same allegations. I mean, it's hard to dismiss.
So why he didn't say nothing proud? For all this shit went on, why he didn't say nothing proud?
I think there's the holdback for defamation. I think there's a lot of people hold back on really saying anything about anybody because nowadays, bro, the people are playing the suing game. You say something that I didn't say, they're gonna hit you with a slander suit or a defamation suit, because you're trying to mess up their character, So I don't know, maybe a lot of these people, I don't know. The Diddy thing, we'll see. There's a trial coming up in May, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. May 5th, 2025 is the date for the trial for the Diddy. So
May.
Yeah, right now he's facing racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and prostitution. And so far he's pleaded not guilty. So it's gonna be a hell of a case.
I think he'll get out. Kanye know what he's talking about.
All right, we'll see. Let's switch it up. China tariffs. China just put reciprocal tariffs, which is now we're in the middle of a tariff war. Tariff war, yeah. What do you think? People are scared. People are freaking out now because 35% tariffs mean that everything imported from China will have a 35% increase. So hitting us at that level. One thing I've noticed just living life, everything that you look under has a little made in China symbol.
Yep, that's true.
Everything.
That's true.
Every little thing from your forks to your doorknob, the little plastic things you put on your light, your light bulbs, everything comes from China.
I mean, the only reason why is because we lazy as fuck and we don't want to make it. You know what I'm saying? But I think with that.
Do you agree or disagree with Trump continuing on the tariff war, or you think he should just drop it?
I disagree.
You think he should just drop it?
Yeah, I disagree. But regardless of the fact if he drop it, is China gonna do it? See what I'm saying? China might just say, fuck it, I'm gonna be paid, I'm still gonna keep my tariffs. See what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we are the world's biggest consumer. We build our shit right here in other countries. We can go get shit from other countries and help other countries build up and say, fuck China and they 34% tariffs. You see what I'm saying? Now we love y'all, but at the end of the day, we don't want to buy from y'all no more. That's cool. Everything that we was getting from y'all, we get it from other countries. Now let's help them. You see what I'm saying? So if we paying China already, why not help other countries then? And we can build this shit right here. We can build it right here in America.
Do you buy into the whole China's the enemy and China this and China's gonna take us apart and You know, they're out to get us. Do you truly believe? Do you uh do you buy that? You know, do you,
Not really. I feel like the ones with the most money are the ones that trying to take us apart, right? And it's everywhere around the world. So if if you got, like we say, 10 trillionaires around the world, they're gonna look down on every millionaire and below. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to kick with y'all. You got regular people that don't even want to talk to homeless people. See what I'm saying? So no, I don't think it's one country. I think it's a group, a group here, a group here, a
if you
group
had
here.
to choose right now, you with your knowledge, I mean, we're not experts. You know, we're not presidents, we're not anything, but you looking at the world now and you become president tomorrow, who would be the country in your eyes to look out for? Truly. Who do you think truly is out, like, who doesn't like us truly and who would want to see
I don't. I can't.
America's destruction?
You got to understand. There's a reason why certain countries probably don't like America, but it's not the Americans. It's not the people that live here that making us look bad. It's the motherfuckers that run the country. You see what I'm saying? If I ran the country, then I'm a chill. I'm a vibe type of person. You know, like I respect you, you respect me. Simple as that. You cross our line, we're gonna make it do what it do. We not gonna never cross your line. You feel what I'm saying? I believe in mutual respect.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna see what America messed up at is you allow everybody from around the world come and buy land over here and build shit and this and that, so they think they gotta own a piece of this motherfucker. See, I'm gonna get rid of all that, and you can come, you can visit, you can buy you a home, but I want to let you build business here. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because where your money going? Back to your country, and that's okay.
So it'll be hard to put a name on the enemy, basically. Like
I would
who
want
the enemy.
enemies. I would want enemies, but
They're gonna be there. I mean, if you become president, you know, not only you being a black man, you're gonna have enemies within the country, and you're gonna have countries that are gonna look at America and
well,
be like,
I'm gonna be just like this then. You see how Trump is? I'm gonna be more of like I'm gonna go direct to the problem. So if it's pudding, if
I
it's
like that. Yeah.
what's the name, whatever, fuck all this shit. Let's box, me and you. Let's set up a boxing match. Me and you 1-on-1. I'm gonna beat your ass, you can beat my ass, and that's just what it's gonna be, bro. We not gonna
Backyard
be,
shit. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
We not
That
killing
would be
innocent
cool.
kids.
That
We
would be
not
cool.
bombing y'all. We not bombing babies. We not now. Like I say, if you cross the line, then that means we forced to do something we don't want to do.
Mm.
See what I'm saying? But if I can come directly to the source and we can sit in this big room where the world leaders sit at, we finna box it out right there. We can slap box, put some gloves on, we can wrestle. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
But we're not gonna use our people to go fight one another when this world should be about peace.
You know those guys. They don't want to scratch their nails.
Shit, well, we gonna scratch it today to open their room because I'm gonna get all in their face and be like, look at here.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, shit, why not? I mean, it is because you can't tell me you a leader of your country, but you can't really fight for your country. See what I'm saying? Now the people in your country gonna look at you like, oh,
Here's a controversial statement. What about the president of Mexico? That's a woman.
but we're gonna send out a speaker of the
Is
house or
she?
somebody.
Yeah, yeah. Send it a girl. Send it a girl, a boxer.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's interesting because I was looking at her name, and I didn't even know. I didn't know that Mexico had a woman president, and her name is here. So her last name didn't seem Spanish to me. Her name is Claudia Scheinbaum.
England, Czechoslovakia.
It sounds different. The first name sounds Spanish, and she herself looks Spanish. Um,
Uh, Jew.
Jewish.
I bet she a Jewish.
They have to. Our family's part Jewish.
Yep.
We have part. is it from my uncle's side?
But
We have.
she most definitely don't.
She does look a little, little Israeli.
No, she don't look Hispanic at all.
No, she doesn't, and it was interesting. It's just an observation I made, but considering the power movement right now, you got Vladimir Putin in charge of Russia, Xi Jinping in charge of China. You know, Mexico, which I consider Mexico. I don't think they're first world.
Yeah, they could be.
Can't are they first world? I don't think so. They don't. Their military looks like a militia. You know, I mean, cartels run the country. You know.
That's because you have. I feel like every country, especially a country like those, they have other people from other countries over there running those countries for resources. You see what I'm saying? Minerals and stuff like this, and they use those countries. They go vacation down there on the coastline. They force all the people that's from there to go inland, and then they make a mine. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what Trump will do. If Trump, if Trump takes it just how he's gonna take Gaza and turn it, he gonna take Gaza and turn it into a casino. He gonna take Mexico and turn it into a resort. Okay, Trump resort.
Trump need to sit it there. Leave Mexico alone. Leave Gaza alone, and just worry about what we got going on over here.
All right, before we get off the tariffs, the one remark that Trump made about the third term. What do you think about that?
It's against the law.
It did.
If you're a thug, you're a thug.
Well, so I don't know if people know this, but the Constitution, while the laws were written, in 18 whatever, they can still be amended. They just need to be voted in. And if they get enough votes in, and they say, okay, we'll let you run a third term, but Obama would be the Democratic Party who would run the other third term.
But Trump gonna lose though.
Trump is gonna lose, like hard.
But he got it already set up to where they go. No, they rigged this motherfucker. We go
look. Even if they rig it, you know how much people love Obama. They still got his T-shirts. They still have his T-shirts from both campaigns. Talk about the hope. It says hope.
Yeah.
And it's got the face.
His face right there, the blue or something.
Yeah.
But I think with that is people are going to Obama will win because of the fact Trump done fucked off a lot of people already. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not put it like I say 25% of the people that voted for him won't vote for him now.
Probably. I think he lost some voters, yeah.
Especially when you see Trump supporters outside on the corner begging for change, this. Yeah. It's bro, what you say you're gonna make America great, how is you gonna make it great? You see what I'm saying? You can't make it great trying to make rich people richer and
well, hold on, because I don't know if you know this, but there were more billionaire supporters under Biden than under Trump. Trump lost billionaire supporters because of his tariffs. So, I mean, if it's for I don't know. I mean, the numbers look a little higher under Biden for
bro,
support.
He got the richest man in the world. Those billionaires still don't add up to Elon.
You're right. You're right. He's a big piece. He's a big piece.
And he got that other motherfucker. What's the name? Mark Zuckerberg, ain't it?
Yeah, he just jumped ship. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I mean you're right. I see what you're saying. He's got the biggest pieces.
Yeah, it's chess.
Well, there's a lot of many. Yeah, he's got the biggest pieces.
So think about it. Trump is worth $3 billion, right? I'm gonna say $3 billion before he became president again. He's smart than a motherfucker, right? Let me go get this $500 billion motherfucker and put him on my team. Let me go get this $200-some billion person and put him on my team. Let me go. I ain't worried about your other billion. You the 2, 3 billion. You just like me. But by the time my years are over with, the 5 I got, probably 100 billion. You know what I'm saying? He's smart because he's getting donations and he just needs them right there. Them 3. Oh, Elon Gang. Oh, he give me a $10 billion donation. I get a little $10 billion donation. 5. And over the course, it's going to add up.
That leads us to our next topic, which is Elon leaving in May. So you don't think he's gonna leave?
No.
You don't think he's leaving?
Why would he?
I don't. I personally don't think it's beneficial for him to stay. But I think he's literally burning money being there. Literally. But Teslas are literally on fire the longer he stays in that position.
You don't give a damn.
You don't think he cares?
No. Because you gotta understand, Tesla's still making money. The robots roll out, people buy them. He and them switch the name look, on. That's how crazy people are. He switched the name on, they go buy it.
I just think it's the snowball effect. Because if you have, you know, especially the fact that it's on corporate media. You got Fox News talking about it. You got MSNBC talking about people burning Teslas. You got Jimmy Kimmel on the late night show talking about don't burn Teslas. You know, winking at the public like, yeah, go ahead because they're for the other party. So
you already bought it though.
It's I think it's gonna grow into something that the companies will start shutting down.
But they already bought it.
People are, I don't know if you've heard, but there's people buying Teslas just to burn them.
And he's making more money. Keep buying them and burn them. I don't give a damn. Like, why would he care? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna put myself in Elon's shoes right now. I'm Elon.
Okay.
And 500 Teslas sell every single day. 500 sell a day just to burn. I don't give a damn.
So if I tell you, Mr. Elon, we just found out 17,000 cars were burned in Wisconsin.
What they paid for?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they paid for it. I don't give a shit. Hey, I love you. I'm just saying, think about
That's
it.
true. He made his money, but I guess I'm looking more at the brand. I'm looking at the brand now. Now it's associated with swastikas. Now you buy a Tesla, you think you're supporting the Nazi party.
Man, he switched the name up, people go buy him. That's all I'm saying. This man got enough money to come out with. Bro, this man can make whatever he makes, as long as he don't put Tesla on it, people are gonna buy it. This man got the most money in the world, so he don't give a damn. I'm just keeping it real.
One thing I've seen, and this has happened a few times in politics, is you got a guy that has nothing to do with politics, and a great guy. He's on The View, he's on Looking Good and all these other shows, and then all of a sudden he chooses a side politically. He's a demon now. He's the Antichrist, he's all this, that, and the third. No one was saying none of this about Elon when they were like, oh, he's the electric car guy. That's all they knew him as. They knew him as the Teslas are nice and they're.
Same as Trump did. Trump was no politics.
That's another perfect example.
So Trump was never. Trying to do what Trump do. He probably run for president. You think people go?
I wouldn't. Ooh.
I don't know. Listen to what I'm telling you though. Let me explain something.
Elon as president?
Let me explain something to you though. American, we can be bought, bro. People been buying us for years. Been buying black side, white side, every side, right? So check this out. Elon said, I'm running for president, right? And every household started receiving these $50,000 checks. And you know what? The whole 4 years when I'm the president, you're gonna get an extra $50,000 a year in your bank account, right? For each household around America. Not only that, he's still gonna make money because he's still pushing his product and everything, SpaceX, everything else. People are gonna vote for him. See why? Because they're gonna feel like, well, that $50,000 a year extra, it's a help. And the lower class most definitely fucking need it. At this point, the middle class most definitely fucking need it. You see what I'm saying? The rich, you know what? For the rich people, don't worry about taxes. But every other household gonna get $50,000 tax free every year. You think he gonna win? Shit, I don't give a damn who he running against, bro. He gonna win because America can be bought.
But what do you think will happen to Twitter, SpaceX, Tesla if he does?
He can keep
Those
it.
are as president.
Donald That's Trump not a business.
True. That's true.
So you gotta understand what I'm
saying.
That's
true. Yeah, that's very true.
Oh, and better yet, you know what? I'm gonna build a free railroad system throughout America that's ran by Tesla for American residents. It's gonna have scanners, so if you get on there with a gun, it's gonna automatically scan and the door went open for you. You see what I'm saying? Some real technology type of shit.
I wonder why Tesla hasn't gotten involved in trains. I mean, they've been talking about innovating, the train system and.
What about the underwater thing from here to London or something?
Did they do? Did they do
Something's
that?
supposed to be going on.
Let's check it out.
About something that's supposed to go so many. What? Like you can make from from America to London like an hour or two, something like that. So it'd be easy to win if you got money. If you got as much money as he got, he can be the president if he run it right. You got to run it right.
I don't think Elon's a dumb guy. I think Elon's one of the smartest minds in this century. I think he's, if not our Nikola Tesla of this time. No pun towards his name, but
yeah.
The I don't see. I don't think it's done yet.
No. It says something about it.
See if you can find it. I see one that says underwater bullet train in Japan. Yeah, my thing with Elon running for president is mainly, one, what would he run as? Would he be the face of the Republican Party?
Okay. So
would he be so while the idea of an underwater train tunnel linking the US and London is fascinating concept, it remains a theoretical possibility with no current plans or official backing for such massive project. It would be massive. That's a lot of miles of ocean.
Yeah.
And the fact that the ocean terrain is not all mapped out, it's gonna cause so many issues. Now, is a floating railroad track really that crazy?
You can't make a floating railroad track.
Because I've seen these floating islands.
Yeah, you can't do a railroad track.
And I've seen the floating docks. You seen those floating docks? What if there was some type of rail? And listen to us trying to trying to innovate the train systems. If there was a way to have a floating track that moves, you know, contour towards the ocean, but keeps the track on top stable, and all you'll feel as a passenger would be the sway of the waves, but on the bottom,
Don't nobody want to feel that shit on the ocean. What's up?
I mean, hey.
That's why they had to go underground.
What do you think? You know what I thought about also? A submarine taxi.
What if they already got them? I'm just saying, what if Richie?
Well, I know that the one blew up. What's the one? What was that one? What was that? The one, the submarine that collapsed.
Where the people went
with the people was in it.
Shit.
Was that like explode? No, they were exploring the Titanic. They were exploring the Titanic, and then they all perished. But the point is that I think that was like a tour guide type deal.
I'm not the person to say, but I really, to be honest, I don't think people went down there. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Because if they passed down, why didn't they show no memorials on TV? Man, people play games, bro, and I just believe that was just one of them games that they was playing because of the type of people that was on.
Did they do anything for the Malaysian airline, the one plane that disappeared? Did we see anything for that?
No, they don't want to talk about it. But I don't think their plane disappeared either.
Really?
Yeah, conspiracies, man. These people be playing with us. They play with us right in our face. Right in our face. Like,
what? Why don't you believe it happened?
So a plane just disappeared.
With no trace.
No nothing.
No black box. No explosion.
No nothing.
They didn't find it. I think I'm not sure if they found debris, but I don't even think they found debris.
They because it ain't never. I don't think it was ever a plane going somewhere. I think that was just a story because to do something else. You see what I'm saying?
Like a distraction.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like even the Black Lives Matter thing when they was taking the shit off the street just a couple of weeks ago. They thought that was gonna distract a lot of people. You see what I'm saying? And in reality, it didn't make no noise. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody give a shit about that.
So the plane went down in 2014. So let's see, 2014. Who was the president?
Obama won. Yeah.
Yeah, Obama. Wow. Obama's black? That name,
He
brother.
had black. He got black in him. Well, you know
Like
what? Not black.
Barack Hussein Obama the second. Wow.
Real name might be Jonathan. But he's a melanated brother though.
He said he's from, I mean, Hawaii.
He ain't my kind of melanated, but he's melanated.
Like, rather dudes in politics. See, that's why, okay, I don't know if you know this, but we're getting a new governor, Byron Donalds. He's coming up. Now, look, bro, you want to talk brother? Like, that's a brother to me right there, man. This guy right here, I don't know what it is about these other guys that they say that they're black, but Kamala Harris, to me, she seemed she seemed very light skinned, bro. I was like, man, she's barely even brown. I'm like, man, she's talking about she's black. I'm like, bro, I got more color than her.
No, y'all about the same.
Nah, bro.
Y'all both melanated. You melanated too, though. But see, like me,
Scooty,
I'm an original.
I understand, but this is my thing. You go up there, you play the card. She went and played the, and it's like, and then she can't even hold her ground at the Breakfast Club. I'm like, man, like, are you like, is she? I'm starting to ask questions now. I'm like, wait a minute, bro. Like they asked you very simple questions that you couldn't answer, like about the black community, and the what they say at church, the little things, the little, you know what I'm saying, like the things that are traditional to you guys, you know what I'm saying. Like she couldn't even answer some of the basic questions. I'm like, man, I know some of these answers. Like,
is she like?
When they say God is good all the time, you know what I'm saying? She couldn't even, they say, yeah, all the time. God, she couldn't. I'm like, I knew that.
Yeah, but I think she's black and Asian. I think she's something like Middle Eastern, Indian or something. I don't know.
Well, she started playing many cards because she didn't only say she was black. She also said she's Native American. She said that she was something else. I don't know how many cards she aligned herself with, but
man, I'm a Native American. She ain't no motherfucking.
I'm just saying, Byron Donalds is the first dude that says that he's black. That he actually he sounds he's from Brooklyn. He's from the BK, so he already got he's already on my book.
Yeah. See, okay. So her mama is. Yeah. She is black. She black. She just light skinned.
And that's Byron Donalds.
Yeah.
Byron Donalds from the Brooklyn, bro. That's gonna be the new governor of Florida right there, man. Byron, 2020, what is it, 2025? Yep, I support you. I don't know, I can't speak for both of us, but hey, you got my vote, Byron.
I got just heard about him. I'm gonna go look him up.
He's
research.
So I would call him kind of like the Black Trump, because he's got a lot of the same views that Trump does, but he's a little bit more personable. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, just a mere fact that we're from the same borough. I mean, that to me already is like, man, we went to the same delis. We went to the same,
How old is he? He
let's
don't look
see.
that old either.
Nah, he don't.
Byron Donald. Oh, Byron.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
gonna
He
check
might
on
he might
Byron now.
be he might be the next president, man. That might be the guy. 1978.
Oh, he a young brother, man.
So what's that? What's 78?
Shit, he'd be like 46, 47. Yep, he 47.
My mom
When
was
his
born
birthday?
75.
Yep.
75.
He 47. I'm telling you, when his birthday? October the what?
October 28th.
He the same. My grandma's birthday was October 31. She's the sweetest person in the world, bro.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man.
Sweetest
And
person in
and
the
and
world.
reason why I say, like the Black Trump, he's a guy that remembers everybody's names. He calls people out by their name. To me, that's just such a high form of respect to stand up on a stage, in front of thousands of people.
So
And despite the nerves, despite all the shit, despite all the pressures of being a politician, you still have the the memory and the courtesy to address people.
But what do we believe in though? You see what I'm saying? Like,
So he believes in your typical Republican views. You know what I'm saying? Closed borders. Safety for the communities. He's about the blue. It's all about law enforcement. He believes in law enforcement. You know what I'm saying?
I believe in law enforcement if it's done right. I don't believe in this racist bullshit that a lot of them
Well, you
here
can't.
playing, bro.
This is my thing with law enforcement. You can't take the bad apples and use that as a sample for the entirety of law enforcement.
It's too many bad apples. That's the goddamn problem. You know what I'm saying? You keep saying if you say we can't take the bad, but if you got if this we gonna say we got 10 million police officers across America that's police, right? Out of that 10, 2 million of motherfucking bad. You feel what I'm saying? And unfortunately, you got a lot of racist police officers, but you got some police officers don't give a fuck about what color you is or whatever. Right. They don't give a damn. They job is to fuck you up,
right?
Beat you up, send you to jail for nothing.
Because I think there's two types of. I think there's the racial the racial thing, yes. But there's also the abuse of authority thing.
You got those.
So when you talk about law enforcement, a flawed law enforcement system. I mean, yeah, of course, you're gonna have not only guys that are corrupt in the streets, but guys that are corrupt at the precinct. Not hiring black people. I mean, the racism, we can go all day about people being prejudiced about other races.
Yeah. But it's a little bit different when you got a little bit more power.
Of course, absolutely. But it'll go the same way for a black guy in power that would only hire black guys because he's.
And you got some black police officers that fuck up black people. I'm talking about fuck them up just even worse.
Right. Now, when you see that, the black officer.
It's still the same.
Do you have a problem with that?
Hell yeah, I got a problem with it. It don't matter the race. It don't matter. My thing is this here, bro.
Now, okay.
There's when dealing with law enforcement, you know what I'm saying? There's a thing called mutual respect. And that's come from both parties. You feel what I'm saying? But you have some police officers that talk to you all mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro.
Condescending, yeah.
Yeah, like we grown fucking people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you talk to me the way you want to be talked to. And if I ain't doing nothing, don't come fucking with me. You see what I'm saying? Like
that's where I draw. You know what I'm saying? Like because if you come up to if a white cop comes up to a black guy and he's not doing anything wrong, I have such an issue with that because now you're racial.
It happens a lot.
You're racial profiling at
that. I just want to check your ID.
Yeah. That look, I completely agree with that. I think it starts at that level. It's initial contact. You just suspect. Well, why are you suspecting anything? If you just see a guy walking down the street, you shouldn't suspect anything unless it's looking out of the ordinary. Unless he's doing something that's not normal, that looks weird, that looks kind of fishy, looks kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But if he's just walking, leave the fucking guy alone. No. Now there is the other side of it though. There is the other side of, I've done it. I've been in the streets. I've sold things that I shouldn't be selling. You know what I'm saying? I've broken the law many times. Didn't get caught. But if I did, and it was a white officer doing it to me as the criminal wouldn't look at him like he's racial profiling me. I'm gonna look at him like, shit, I got caught.
Because you did something wrong.
Because I did something wrong.
Yeah, that's different.
You know what I'm saying? Like if or I'll ride a fine line with you. If he does suspect something, let's say he sees something bulging in your back pocket. That's all he sees. He doesn't see a bag. He just sees something bulging out of your back pocket. And that's enough for him to incite you to be like, hey man, to talk to you, like, hey, what's going on? Where you coming from? And it turns out to be a bag of cocaine. A big ass bag of cocaine. Now let's say this is your neighborhood. You got kids that live there, right? How would you look at that? Would you look at that as that's still racist?
Yeah. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, bro, you gotta understand, if you're not stopping everybody doing that, it's targeted. See what I'm saying?
But the seeing the bulging, I'm saying like if he sees
what if
something
it's not
that
cocaine in? What if it's a bag of chips?
If it's not, then the person should be like, oh, it's just a bag of chips.
Oh, you talking about just stop and ask me what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I feel like there's no problem.
Okay, so that's not racist. I don't think that's racist.
Like, because that should be that's a sign of securing your area.
Like if you were the officer
patrolling. So yeah, I understand that. If I was the officer, I'm gonna be in tune with my community. You see what I'm saying? Wherever I patrol at, I'm not gonna just ride around the car and harass people. I'm gonna be at the parks playing basketball with the kids.
You're gonna know.
I'm gonna be out, go to the local Walmart and help people put groceries in their car. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be more of a friendly officer versus somebody over aggressive. So because when I deal with people, I don't need them trying to tense up. You see what I'm saying? Bro, if you ain't doing that, I ain't fucking with you. But my job is to protect the streets. You young, you out here with these guns on you and stuff like that. I mean, I'm taking your gun. You know what I'm saying? And you going to jail. You got to learn your first time. But I'm not gonna be the one to just take you to jail and say, forget about you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, you might need
a you make it a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. You'll be a little bit more involved with the community.
Yeah.
Like community-based policing. Okay. Yeah,
I just can't because you gotta understand it's easier that way versus making enemies. You see what I'm saying? Because your life is still on the line at any given time, bro.
I think that also benefits you. You know, like let's say there is someone murdering, so like a serial killer somewhere. I think it'll make it easier for you to talk to people too because they know you. This is Officer blah blah. Hey, I need, be like, yeah, I know this guy. I see this guy. He comes in and gets a haircut 10 times a week. Yeah. And I know this guy. Of course, I'm gonna talk to this guy. You know, so I see that. I see that.
It makes it easy, man.
Now, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here for just a little bit. The officers that are on a power trip, I think a percentage of them have endured many situations where, let's say they're just doing a traffic stop and a guy pulls out an AK-47 and tries to blow his head off. So maybe the guy's on edge. Maybe the guy is lived. Let's just say he got all the bad calls. Let's just say he didn't strike the best luck. And every call he's been on, he's been shot at. He's lost a finger. This guy lost his spleen, because he's fucked up from policing. Would you be sympathetic towards a guy like that?
That type of police officer, and I know he done been through it, yeah. But just want to oh man.
Just because he's wearing the badge.
Yeah. I ain't fucking with that. Bro. Because at the end of the day, that's crooked like a motherfucker. And for those people, bro, if I ran the police department, the whole, those people, I'm gonna put you in jail for 30 years. If you're a dirty cop, you're gonna get 30. I'm talking about in the yard, where everybody done arrested at, you going to those jails and you're gonna do your 30. Not no 85%. You'll do 100%. You see what I'm saying? And it is what it is, and we just gonna be done with it because that crooked shit, that ain't what it is, man.
Do you have an issue with, and I'm not saying like I'm framing the question wrong. Do you see the same things happening like in the FBI, the DEA, them three-letter agencies that are
Yep.
always constantly on the news?
They all have different types of power, right? You think all of them fuck with each other? Probably not. You think all of them got crooked people in their offices? Yeah, hell yeah. There's crooked people everywhere. Hell yeah.
So do you think Trump getting rid of a lot of these agencies, you think that'll be the way to go? Because I mean, I think it starts. I think you have to start somewhere, and I think law enforcement
It's dangerous.
is a product of the children that are being raised because they come from children, so the education that they get is what makes them. So what do you think will make a good cop? What do you think will be those qualities that'll make one a perfect law enforcement? And I'm just saying perfect just to say, close to perfect. What would make the perfect officer in a community like how we live in? I mean, we live in a fucked up society. Yeah, there has to be some kind of aggression.
You can't just do it, and you gotta understand, bro. This system is designed to be like this, right? So it's kind of hard for the cops to just be like perfect. You see what I'm saying? You got to start from the top first. If we had everything was plentiful, where motherfuckers ain't had to be homeless or scavenging for this and scavenging for that, the jail cells won't be filled. If shit wasn't so sky high to where it was more affordable for your so-called people of America that you love, you know what I'm saying? If everything was more affordable, it'll be easy. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. People do crime because of the fact that some people do shit because they don't got it. They gotta go get it. They gotta figure out how to get it. You see what I'm saying? Or oh, I don't like this man. I want to rob him because he got more money than me. But shit, you know what I'm saying? If you make it easy to where people can get money and where people don't have to go sell drugs. Okay, you got marijuana. You put that shit in every corner store. You're 18 years and old. You can buy it. It's in the corner store. That means your local people that sell it in your store or in the house, they will never get big. See what I'm saying? Put it in the store for cheap. Period. Every corner store got it. Simple. Uh, and
so setting up the I see.
Affordable. You got to set it up from that way, and then the police don't have to really work so hard. You know what I'm saying? Because if you if you go to a call over here, somebody fight. Okay, then you go to get another call, somebody shoot, and another fucking shoot. You see what I'm saying? Like shit, you get tired.
Yeah, like it tears you up, man. I think it did. Yeah. I think it changes you. I think that being a law enforcement officer is probably one of the hardest and underpaid jobs, to be honest with you.
It's hard
because of what you're attesting to. Like there's so many different motivations that people have. If someone goes out now, there are people that do it nefariously. There are people that go out there and fucking steal and kill, and they do it for fun and shit.
Well,
let's
not
get
rid of those people. You make an example out of them, man.
But there are people that are forced, that are put under the constraints of society. It's like, okay, look, I gotta go do this. I don't have money. Every application I have filled out has been rejected. It's not like I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Doing my best.
Did you see the video? Hold on. Mm-hmm. The girl that was, I think, in Walmart, she stole a cart full of groceries and stuff. Just, I think, the other day or something like that.
I think I've seen something. I've seen a lot of cases like that.
See, something like that. Society, instead of making.
Is that where the officer went back and bought the whole thing for the?
No, they didn't catch on. I think she just walked out. You know
I've seen one where she tried to steal a whole bunch of food, and the officer, they called the cops on her, and the officer took her out, and she was fucking blatantly honest, a black girl, blatantly honest. She was like, "Yo, I don't have money, and my kids are crying, and I don't know what to do." And he was like, well, come on, we'll do it the right way. And he goes in there and
So I'm saying that's some shit.
that cart, the shopping cart that she had. He fucking bought every. It was like a $200 fucking ticket. You know what I'm saying? And he fucking paid it. He's like, yo, don't steal. You know what I'm saying? But what I liked more that the officer did, that was nice. What I also liked was that he offered her where she can go for shelter, where they give the kids food and they do take care of her to a certain extent, and they put her in Job Corps, which I've heard my things about Job Corps, and I know it's not the best, but look, it's a start. You know, it is a start. There are alternatives.
You know, she can't go to Job Corps with kids. You see what I'm saying?
But she can look. I'm sure the situation will be very difficult. It's not gonna be an easy thing, but it is possible. You know, I don't think anything is impossible. I don't think nothing's out of reach. You know, I've seen people. The fact that I've seen people in islands making money off of their crops, you know, and having the need to fucking feed your family. It's like, you know, and sell the rest of your cabbage to make a little extra cash. The I understand the soil's nice, the soil's better. They have different situations, but it's the drive. I look at the drive. You got to get up every morning and
figure something out.
And figure something out.
Though, bro, you got to understand. America is set up like that. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if it was set up to the way that if you jobs would be mandatory to hire people, right? But not only that, we would have jobs. You just go pick up paper around the city or something. You see what I'm saying? Give out grocery vouchers for people like that. You know, like we got spots where you can bring trash you don't pick up off the street. Uh,
Which they do have them. They do have the city jobs, you know, where they see the guys in the golf carts driving around picking shit up. Which
but I'm talking about for like homeless people though. You see what I'm saying? People that just say, well, I don't have shit. As long as you know your ass, you can go around and come start picking up paper and shit.
As long as you're able, put them to work.
We give you their vouchers. The more you come with, the more you make. You see what I'm saying? But we give you like food vouchers, redeemable in like Walmart, Target.
To go get food, yeah.
It benefits them too. Just for food and food on it though.
Right.
And even with clothes, you got to do the same shit.
Food and clothes vouchers. That's such a good idea.
You see what I'm saying? Something like that.
That's such a good idea.
And you have a cleaner city. We'll give you tents. All that shit. We can't put you in a house unless they got like, well, you know, they got abandoned buildings and shit. If you put them in a house.
That's the part where it starts breaking apart though. The real estate. Where are all these people gonna go?
You might have to get one building downtown.
Then I also have the issue with you're establishing something. You know, now people are gonna be like, oh shit, I could just be homeless.
No.
And get food vouchers and clothes vouchers and just live off of that.
You have to have some kind of time period on it and have it like.
Okay, so like you gotta vet them.
Set you up for success, right?
Okay.
Like figure out how to get you a social security card, your IDs, your birth certificate. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't have no identity, we're gonna give you all that back. You see what I'm saying? Try to give you a life. Now you got a year in here. After that, you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I see that. You gotta vet them, like have a process for it.
Yeah, but you know, you take care of it. Man.
You'd have to be homeless for at least. Because the time frame has to be established too. Like as far as like how long you would have been homeless for. Like you can't be homeless. You can't.
Like been homeless for a long time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's a lady. There's a lady that she's been walking around here, man. Big lady. And I moved to Florida in 2011. And ever since, just randomly throughout time, I've seen this lady just at the bus stops. You know, she'll be at all the random Wendy's, and it's not just locally. she'll go intercity. I'll see her in different cities, and I'm like, that's the same lady. And I'm like, yo, she be trooping it from all these locations, and I'm like, wow, it's some people are professionals at it. Yeah. There are some professional homeless people that I gotta say, man, they got it figured out.
Do you? No, Lotto. I talked to a homeless dude one time. I think I was in Tampa, and I gave him a couple of dollars. I don't really carry cash, but I gave him a couple of dollars, and I asked him, what I'm saying, like, bro, why they pushing y'all out? You know what I'm saying? And he told me, he was like, man, he said, I can afford a place to stay because he's a retired vet, because he get a check. He said, I can afford a place to stay, but if I get a place to stay, I can't afford no food, I can't afford no necessities, I can't afford. You see what I'm saying?
He's constrained by
Because
how
all
much
the little money that I got would be just for a shelter over my head. Then you see what I'm saying? So
he's pretty content. He's pretty content with that, though. Wow.
Well, I guess he's an older person, but what I'm saying is rent so high.
Yeah.
So if he spend his money for what I'm saying, that he get from the government, what are you gonna have left? You see what I'm saying? He can't eat. At least he can eat for 25 days.
Right.
Or he can stretch it if you see what I'm saying? Yeah. But to spend it all at one place and ain't get no money, ain't got no car, and then like you just got a shelter, you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna have more homeless people in there, and they're gonna kick your ass out, and it's gonna probably become a repetitive.
It's gonna become a thing,
you know
yeah. It's gonna grow. It's gonna snowball, yeah. Yeah. I gotta say, I have met some pretty interesting homeless people. I met a guy in New Smyrna Beach. Random guy comes up. He has a dog. the dog. He asked us for a cigarette. We give him a cigarette. He stays there talking about we forget what. The dog pukes, and then the dog starts eating its own puke. And I'm just looking at this, and then we're like, "Hey, man, you're gonna get your dog," and he just looks at us, and he's like, "Hey, this is what he does." I try to get him to stop, but he just
go up and eat that shit.
He just eats his own throw up, and I'm like, wow, I'm both like disgusted and like amazed by this man's like survivability skills.
Wow. The dog will find something to eat before he will, though. That's what's crazy.
That dog was like, man, that was good. I think I'm gonna eat it a second time. Wow. All right, man. All right. We're an hour in. We'll call it in and see about the next episode.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see what to do.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Yes.